1, 2, 3. This is the Cider Ranch Podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm Mike.
Hey guys, we are back. It has been a few weeks, or a minute, as they say now. But we have been... we'll start over.
No, we're not going to start over. We're going to keep this going.
You don't like it how I say it's been a minute?
It's okay. It's kind of cringy, but I don't know. It's all right. I'll let it slide.
All right. Well, we are going to be talking about some types of memes today. But yeah, it's been a while since we've actually chatted. It's been about, 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
And been a lot of kind of procrastinating, a lot of kind of things like that. But at the same time, we are back and want to start chatting about things that are important to us. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just trying to, it's been so long since this whole COVID thing's been happening. So it's kind of nice. Like, we live in BC, Canada, so they're starting to lessen restrictions now, which is nice. And they're talking about actually allowing small groups of people to hang out, which is good.
Yeah.
So technically what we're doing right now is all right. And then we'll actually be able to start seeing family again, which is good. Mm-hmm. And then actually being able to go out. Hopefully restaurants open up. I know gyms are opening up today or tomorrow or something, which is good.
I know
actually
that
get back into it.
I think Trevor Linden 16 is opening up soon. I know that they put a statement out to their members or something like that, but Erin and I, my wife, Erin and I have been bad. We have been seeing our family almost, not all throughout quarantine, but we've been very choosy with who we've been seeing. We've been, keeping up with like safety protocols and things like that. But I find it interesting how, as BC is, lessening or flattening the curve, it's interesting because I feel like, it's been said a lot already, but I feel like what's going to happen is there probably is going to be kind of a bigger increase in spikes of perhaps infected. I don't know. And the thing that bothers me as well is that a lot of people are predicting that there's probably going to be a big kind of mental health crisis that follows this, just because I feel like a lot of people didn't have outlets to kind of cope, or outlets or people to talk to during these times. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think so. And I also think like right now it's because it's just starting to lessen. I think even with the news and with people starting to recognize that, hey, I can actually start to do things, I think still people are still skeptical about it.
Yeah.
And even right now it says, like if you go to CBC, it says that they are reopening public parks, provincial parks, for day use.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to start doing that. And then as of like yesterday, there was like 21 cases and like another death and stuff, which is horrible. But they're basically saying like stay local.
Yeah.
And I'm just reading up an article right now, which is good because coronavirus recoveries are nearing like 80% in BC. And they're basically just saying stay home, stay local, but you can kind of keep your inner circle.
You can still live your best COVID life.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying.
Live your COVID life.
Live your COVID life.
Live your COVID life.
It's funny because as we kind of, talk about COVID and that, Erin and I were moving into a new townhome. And what I think is interesting is that we were kind of skeptical whether or not we wanted to, purchase or go into something new. And I said, we kind of pulled the trigger and thought, well, people still have to live, right? People still have to move. So, so that's exciting. We're moving in the early June and we've already got like a lot of ideas for what we want to do.
Okay. So when you say, so first off, congratulations. You guys got your first place. That's super exciting.
Thank you.
I know the feeling like moving in and getting your own place. It's absolutely amazing. You finally feel like, hey, okay, I can actually do things now.
Yeah.
It's weird because you can rent, you can live with your parents, but at the end of the day, once you actually have your own place and you recognize, oh my God, I have all these responsibilities now. Yeah. And it can be kind of daunting, but at the same time, it's very... I don't even know. It's just like freeing almost. It gives you a sense of freedom.
Yeah, and it's your own, right? It's like it's something we've loved renting, but to finally call something our own, and to there's a tiny space that I've kind of got in the garage that I'm gonna kind of turn into a tiny man cave. I think it's gonna be like an Irish pub kind of theme.
It's gonna be so sick.
So I've got some kind of cool ideas about putting in some type of like the wallpaper that you see and like the, wallpaper that would reflect what an Irish pub would kind of look like, or, things like that. And pop in something in there that looks like, I don't know, even install like one of those, a bar would be really expensive, but that would be super cool to have like Guinness on tap. That would be like the ultimate dream.
Oh, you know how easy that would be? Okay, all you have to do is you would just have to buy the wood. You could build your own bar pretty easily, I would think. I don't think it'd be that hard. And then if you can just find one of those Guinness taps, you just buy that and then you just fill it up. Oh. You just get like a barrel or something, fill it up with Guinness or make your own thing. And then you could just do it that way and it'd be way easier.
Yeah.
And then once you do it and then you'll be able to have your own place, set it up down there. You basically have your own little Irish pub, which is going to be unreal.
Yeah. And there's enough space where I think we could do that. And yeah, it's just, it's definitely, I've never thought I would be so interested in something like that. Now I'm looking into Pinterest and Instagram, all these places that I used to make fun of before. Now I'm like, totally into it. But I know that you were kind of doing some things and, changing things around in your place to make like a recording studio.
Yeah. So we basically, to give some perspective, we have a 2-bedroom condo with a den. So the den's pretty decent.
Gorgeous solarium.
Yeah. So we're out on our deck right now, which is like a solarium. So it's got glass enclosed, which is super sick in the summer. But yeah, so basically with my den, so it's small enough. And what we're thinking about doing is basically putting a desk in there. I've got like four or five guitars. I want to get a stand for them and just set them all up. And then I've got an audio interface and a mic and obviously the Blue Yetis, which is what we're using right now. Yep. But I've also got a Shure. It's called a Shure SM58, which is like an audio mic and it's like a vocal mic. So I've got that set up and then I can basically record stuff in that room. So if I just shut the door and put some paneling on the walls, it almost insulates it. And it's better for vocals. It's better for recording acoustics.
We may have recorded a jingle already.
Oh, we might have a jingle or two up in our sleeves. Yep.
Something might be coming down the pipes fairly soon.
We might have it ready to go. We might just have to add vocals. Oops, sorry.
I think so.
Which is going to be sick. It might even be. Do you think it'll be attached to this podcast?
I think so.
I think it might be. We should do the vocals today.
Yeah.
And yet everyone's listening to this right now going, oh, we've already heard it because it's at the front. But keep in mind, guys, it's in the works. It's going to sound great. And it's all us. We're not using any pre-recorded music. We're recording everything. We're doing the music. We're doing the vocals. And it's going to be so sick.
Just two guys and we're having a good time. Shout out to Lonely Island. Cringe.
No.
Anyways. It's really exciting. I think that eventually, once we start figuring out kind of the more of the the audio and more of the other stuff that we can download, I think we can start playing with like sound effects and things like that. Mm-hmm. Still in the beginning phases, so we're still just getting going.
But basically, like we're gonna talk about everything, right? Like this is gonna be a really fun podcast. I know right now we're kind of we're not really rambling, but we're not like right now we're really trying to figure out our ground. I think it's really good to talk like this because it gives us a sense of how do we use the mic? How do we figure this out? How do we talk better, right? Yeah. And we can only get better from here. I know we said that in the first episode, but we are going to get better. And
listen, the first episode was quite a bit less than this one. I feel like we're at least on, we're on at least kind of a good pace on this one and chatting about some stuff that are, important to us and things like that.
Yeah.
In the first episode, me and Mike said, we're just going to talk for 50 minutes straight with nothing pre-researched. And but yeah, I mean, I'm down to keep doing that. So the newest crave, I kind of wanted to avoid it, but I really couldn't because it was in my face. It was everywhere. TikTok is I don't even really know how to describe it. It's like, it's not so much loud in your face. It's just kind of all over the place. And then you will find ones that are just absolutely terrible. And you're waiting for 20 seconds to find like the humor in it, and it doesn't. It lets you down.
Yeah.
And then you find ones that are just like incredible. And I find the ones that are really funny are the ones that are like 5 or 6 seconds long. And I don't know, stupid sound effects get me. I guess I'm simple that way.
It's it's the quick ones that destroy me. The fast ones.
I don't know.
It's like it's just funny.
There's some I will say I can't stand the dancing ones. I mean, like I can only watch like if I like some songs are ruined me from like Blinding Lights by like The Weeknd. I love that song, I loved it. And now if I start hearing that song now, I know it's going to be dance. I know it's going to be like a 17-year-old girl just dancing to it. And I'm no offense to all you guys out there doing that, but I can't take the dancing anymore.
Oh, I
can't take it.
No, I take great offense to it, actually. I find it cringy.
Being a 17-year-old girl yourself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm a 17-year-old girl. But in all fairness, when I open up TikTok, it's basically like I just jump straight to the I can't handle it.
Do you have an account?
Yeah, I just set it up.
I don't have an account yet.
It's good because when you set it up, can you follow people on it even though you don't have an account?
No, I can't.
Okay, so I just made one and I'm able to follow people right now. So like for context, I watch a lot of like Your Mom's House and like Tom Segura and stuff like that. And they're always talking about a guy named Fed Smoker, which is pretty funny. So if you guys get a chance, look up Fed Smoker. And once we figure out sound bites and stuff, we'll put them on, but they're pretty funny. And like Christina Pashitsky, Tom Segura,
She's
those
funny.
guys.
I like the shy and awkward guy. He literally just records himself eating food, and he speaks in this really kind of awkward voice. But you know what? Hey, he likes doing it, and I think he has like over 100,000 followers now. So
Jesus,
hey, you keep doing you, man.
See, that's the thing. Okay, let's talk about this. So TikTok people. Is it the same as Vine? Because that's
what I was thinking.
Because I don't know what Vine. I wasn't really. So I remember when Vine came out.
Yeah.
And I remember Vine was really popular. You get guys like Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Those
Thomas Sanders did like the singing, like the Disney singing.
Yeah.
You know, they had the.
And those guys are
King
cringe.
Bach or whoever that guy was. Yeah.
And I don't like them, but they became super popular on YouTube.
Yep.
They went from Vine to YouTube, and that was like that Vine.
The Vine YouTube thing, and then they kind of combined the compilations all into one, where they had like YouTube comps of all those things. I don't know why it died out. I'm not really sure why. I feel like Vine kind of died out. I don't know, mid 2015 or 16, and then I feel like kind of TikTok took over, and it was. I feel like it was more. I feel like if you were doing a Vine, it was it was really following a certain type of theme to pick up and start getting popular. Whereas TikTok, I'm finding like anyone is kind of picking up. You can see it. You can see people that are doing things on TikTok that make no sense. There's no semblance of of anything to them, right?
But they have so many views, so many followers, and it seems like TikTok, you're able to gain way more followers on that than you ever could on YouTube.
I agree. And I watched one. It was like 2.6 million views, and it was just a son in his house in quarantine with mom and dad. Yeah. And he was holding up a plate, and dad looked like he was about to get angry. And he was like, "Don't put that, plate down." And so because he knew, I guess he's obviously broken a few plates before. And he said, "Don't worry, Dad, I won't do it." And then he takes the plate, he smashes it on the ground, and dad is about to go ballistic. TikTok ends. 2.6 million views.
Because you don't know. Yeah.
Massive.
It's okay. So just to go back. So I went to vine.co.
Yeah.
And it says Vine facts. What happened to Vine? As of 2019, the full Vine archive is no longer available. Content that remains on Vine can only be located by using the unique URL of the Vine account.
So Vine still is active, or it's not
active? It says it's not available. The full archive isn't available, but you can still access certain things by using the URL of that Vine account. Okay. So it had to have been shared to Twitter. And if it wasn't shared to Twitter, you can't access it anymore. Which doesn't make any sense. It's like it's completely gone. But hold on, I still don't understand why it got shut down.
It was like Chive. Remember the whole
Maybe
Chive
thing? They
thing?
Make money on it or something. Yeah.
Remember the website like the Chive, the Keep Calm and Chive On?
Isn't that still on though? The Chive?
I feel like if it is, it's just dead though.
No, it's still available.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. It's thechive.com.
Because that was like another meme site where you could look up stuff.
Oh, that place was, I couldn't handle that one though. It was okay when I first started getting into the internet and stuff. Well, not even then. It was just okay in high school. Yeah. And then it got kind of cringy.
I would say that my majority of time spent online, if it's not, playing mobile games or playing online, which I haven't done in a while because we're moving, has been Reddit. I will say that I'm supremely addicted to Reddit. Yeah. I'm warning you people right now, if you haven't gone onto Reddit yet, I would save yourself if you can, because once you find yourself on there looking at the various subreddits where there's literally, so a subreddit is basically just a separate different site for all of your things. So there's a subreddit there would be one for a Blue Yeti. There's a subreddit for cats. There's a subreddit for caulking in your, bathroom plumbing, things like that. There is so much. There's a subreddit for everything, and I'm probably, I don't know how many you subscribe to. I probably have like 50 I'm subscribed to.
Oh, at least 50. There actually is a Blue Yeti USB microphone.
There it is.
It's r/Blue Yeti.
Yeah. And the thing is with Reddit is that there are some things on Reddit that, you can find your news on there. I just find it extremely informative. I feel like the people, there is a hive mind kind of mentality when you are on Reddit, but at the same time, I find that there are a lot of informative people on there that will help you out. But at the same time, you can't, you'll find those toxic sites and those toxic users. It's just best to avoid them. It's like anything else, right?
Yeah.
Take your time. Like, I feel like I'm giving it a fair warning, but I mean, honestly, Reddit is super addictive. I go there for almost everything.
Yeah. There is so much on there. Like if you really want information, it's there. And it's funny because before you would just, for example, I'll give you an example just for the hell of it. Like, quarantine, I'm doing a lot of baking and stuff. Like just stuff you've never done before.
Your apple pie was fantastic, by the way.
Did you like it?
Uh-huh.
Well, we might have some more to take home today. I made
now.
I made extra. I made 2 more 2 nights ago, so I've got half a pie left. But yeah, I don't know, just baking and just doing stupid stuff that I haven't really done before in a while. And anyways, if you want to find like an apple pie recipe, for example,
for sure,
you just do apple pie recipe Reddit, and you'll find the best. If you go apple pie recipe and you just pick something off Google, you're going to find a million of them, and you're not going to find the one you want. But if you go to Reddit, you just sort by best or top rated. You'll find exactly what you're looking for every single time. For whatever reason, it's just perfect. And it's
so true. And people they're sorry for interrupting you. People are literally like they're brutally honest on that website. So someone will say, "Well, hey, I use this in my pie shelling," and someone might be like, "That's actually shit. Like you should be using this, and the temperature you're baking at is 50 degrees too high." Yeah. Like people are just Again,
but it's annoying too, because even when a recipe says 350 or whatever, you set it up for 350 for 1 hour, like it says, and it's never enough. It's either too low of a heat or it's not enough time. It's never perfect.
I know.
It's like every oven is the same. Every oven is different. Oh, it's frustrating. And
I remember
it's just annoying. That's all.
I remember my mom and dad's old oven before they got the new one. It would literally, the element, I feel like if I turn that element on to 5, it would literally heat up in like 45 seconds. And I would feel like it was at 20. It was so hot. Yeah. Like, my mom was always telling me, you don't need to cook on high. And I realized that like super quick. The element was like orange. It was like, I felt like it was like driven from hell. It was just, extreme heat.
Flame of Odin.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. That's kind of my addictions when it comes to internet. I mean, we're also addicted to, we're watching a lot of shows right now. I know you were saying you're at your dad's and you saw, what is it called? Nazi Hunters?
So he was telling me about a show called The Hunters. It's on Amazon Prime. And we finished it. My wife and I finished it last night. And oh my God, it's amazing. It's about a guy who, Al Pacino plays one of the main characters.
Al Pacino, who are
you? But basically what he does is he runs a group of Nazi hunters. So they hunt Nazis. I don't want to give too much away, but that's basically the premise of it. Set in the 70s, and it's based on true events that actually happened. But I haven't really delved into the actual events of it, but it is such a good show. There's 10 episodes. They're about an hour 10 minutes each. And the last episode it's unreal. You have to watch it.
Is he still got it for his age? Or
he's good.
Is it kind of...
He's 80. Al Pacino's 80 years old. Okay, so he's obviously older. Yeah. But he's still really good. Yeah. He's always been good, But
he's fantastic.
When he started in the with The Godfather, and then
still haven't watched all of them.
You haven't watched all of them?
I know. I still haven't watched
they're
them
good. I have them on DVD. But basically, there was a period there in the 90s and the early 2000s where he just sounded the same. Yep. He was very like...
She's got a great ass!
Yeah, he's got a great... Yeah! He just sounded the same all the time. So it never really seemed like he was changing roles. But, oh man, he's really good. He's not amazing in it, but he does a really good job. I plays the character well.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say that. Okay, in his earlier, sure. Like I wouldn't like I don't know. People might get upset by this, but like when he was Tony Montana in Scarface, like people are gonna like this. It's like I get. I'm very particular about movies. We will get into this in podcast ahead, but I'm very particular, and I feel like, so without getting off like the beaten horse, like I get upset for why Casablanca has such a high rating, and it's like, okay, it's, in my opinion, it's acted terribly. I feel like the plot, I feel like the writing is cringy.
What, in Casablanca?
Casablanca, and I just feel like it's rated high because it's a classic, quote unquote, right?
I haven't seen it.
Or like, you know, Gone with the Wind, those kinds of things. Gone with the Wind, sorry, is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But with Blue Yeti, with Al Pacino, I feel like he's never been like. I mean, I think he has carried some movies, but I would say even in Scarface, like, he was good, but he was more kind of, he was very loud and boisterous. It wasn't like a character where, like, it wasn't like, yeah, that's like an Oscar-winning performance. Like, that to me isn't like, it's acting, but do you know what's even getting, like, DiCaprio with an emotional performance, like, that to me is like the pinnacle of acting. Like in Pacino, yeah, screaming in that, it's great. Like, he is one of my most favorite movies with him. When he was with De Niro, where De Niro was the bad guy, right?
That was the second one, right?
But he does his own one. He does the one where De Niro is the bad guy, and he is like dating. He's like in love with like Al Pacino, who's a cop's like wife. Remember
Serpico? No.
Serpico is the one where he's a cop as well.
Are you thinking about the one Heat?
Heat.
The
He's
one in the
like the Val Kilmer.
It's Val Kilmer. Yeah.
That I thought he was fantastic in Heat, but
it's good.
Yeah, there's just he's so good. DiCaprio is far and away my favorite. I could go on for hours about DiCaprio.
DiCaprio is amazing. He's got a lot of movies that kind of you don't really hear about anymore. When they came out, they were really popular, but you don't talk about them as much. But DiCaprio's definitely top 3 for me.
Him and Tom Hardy. Like, you loved Lawless, right? You loved Lawless.
I hate that movie.
Mike just doesn't like it that in some of Tom Hardy's movies that he does mumble. Yes, he does mumble.
He mumbles.
But he's not, you can't typecast him like that because he's an incredible actor.
Okay, so Tom Hardy he's okay. He's not amazing. People hype him up too much.
He's amazing.
Oh, he was great in Mad Max. Yeah, he was good, but he wasn't
I will admit that
unreal.
He didn't do a lot in Mad Max. I will admit that
he was good. He was good in that movie. The movie was good. But my issue
Dark Knight Rises, how amazing was he?
He was good, and he was good as Bane. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was unreal. He was good.
Playing that guy in Inception. Eames was his name, right? He was the British guy who he's like, remember, you can't dare to dream a little bigger, darling. Remember that one?
He was good, but yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. He was good. He was good in that.
He was good in Venom as well.
I just wouldn't.
Have you seen Venom?
No, I haven't seen Venom.
Oh, come on.
But Venom got panned. Didn't Venom get? I haven't even seen that.
Venom was great.
Venom got panned though. I haven't seen it.
I loved Venom.
Venom got 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. But hold on.
You can't trust critics.
So okay, you're right. The audience score was high. Audience score was 80%, and the tomato meter was 29%.
Because you're never gonna, because someone's perception of what Venom is as like a comic book person or whatever. Which again, we can get into comics in another podcast for sure. But for Venom, it's never going to be what someone wants for Venom. It's people that are judging it high like that. You're never going to please everyone, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do want to watch it.
Yeah,
I do.
Anyway, so sorry. So Hunters was about.
Hunters is good. It's about a group of Nazi hunters. I don't want to get too much into it because it just came out a couple months ago. Okay. But it's really good. But Al Pacino, he's good, Ned. He's not spectacular.
Yeah,
but he does the role he's playing really well.
Is he on an air machine in the show?
A what machine?
Like does something breathe for him? Like, he's getting pretty old. Like, does he have a cane now? Or?
He doesn't. He's I can't believe he's 80 though.
Yeah.
He's 80.
He's getting up there.
You know what's crazy? So in 1990, he was 50. In 1980, he was 40. And then you look back and you're like, okay, The Godfather Part 1 was in 1972, which means he was 30. Was he 32 when he did that?
Yeah.
He was already like middle-aged, man.
So 1940, he was 1940.
He was born in 1940. He was born in New York, New York City. And it's just the guy's unreal. Oh, another thing, he won what's called the Triple Crown of Acting. So he was honored with
Golden Globe, Oscar.
Yeah, he's got 1 Academy Award.
Yep.
2 Tonys and 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. But I don't know for what. He's done really good lately.
Isn't Tony like daytime TV? What's a Tony?
Tony is like isn't Tony's like plays? Here, I'll look.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Okay, so a Tony Award recognizes excellence in live Broadway theater. I've got Wikipedia up right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's been around for a while.
The man is he's talented.
He's super talented.
We've been doing a lot of that. We have Amazon Prime. We've got Netflix. So we're watching Jack Reacher, Jack Reacher? Jack Ryan.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
With
John
Jim?
Krasinski.
Jim?
Jim from The Office, yeah. I will say again, and I'm going to get hate for this probably, but I would say that I think John Krasinski's a great actor. I feel like in that role, I don't really know if he's like meant to play that guy that can, beat people up and do that, which isn't, because he's not supposed to be a field agent. He's like he's like a financial guy that tracks incoming and outgoing kind of things when it comes to like various criminal parties that are active.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. We've watched that. We're watching Survivor right now on CBS because they have their own streaming.
Okay, so you're into Survivor now because
Yeah.
you're on what, season 10?
We're on season 10,
which is crazy because I've never watched a full episode of Survivor. And
I love it. It's like I hate it. I thought I would hate it at first, but I just love it. I can't look away. I just love the human like interaction with it. I love the backstabbing.
Yeah,
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's good. It's reality TV is still pretty decent. There's some good shows out there right now. Like obviously before the 90 Days Fiance with Big Ed.
Oh yeah,
and Rosa. We should get into that in the next like coming episodes and stuff. But there's some funny stuff out there.
There's a
guy like put mayonnaise in his hair, and on the H3 podcast they actually had him live in studio.
Oh.
And they put mayo in one of the guys. His name is Zach. They put it in Zach's hair, and they tested it out. And Zach had mayo in his hair for like he couldn't get it out for like a day and a half. It just like reeked of mayo. It's awesome. But that's how he does it. That's how he moisturizes his hair. He puts mayonnaise in his hair. Who does like that's crazy?
It's crazy what people are doing now. But we've also been. I finished Ozark as well, so that was on Netflix. That was pretty good.
We got to finish that too.
Ozark is super good. Has a very Breaking Bad feel. Nothing will ever still come close to Breaking Bad for me, but
I know.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad's amazing. I got to rewatch that one. I want to rewatch Breaking Bad, and in another year or so, I'll rewatch Game of Thrones. I'm still really upset about it.
I was too.
It's been like a year since that.
Already?
It's almost been a year since it ended. Yeah.
They did. I'm sorry to the producers or whatever who written it, but I'm sorry. Like you had everything. You had all this hype for it, and you had everything. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but you had everything at your fingertips to make it
perfect.
Quite possibly the best finale of maybe any massive TV show in history. I'm sorry, I did not like it.
They got the viewers
predictable, boring, and
but
easy. I'm sorry, easy to like. It was very easy to have done what they did.
But you know what the problem is? They got the viewers. They got everyone watching.
They were always going to have everyone,
and that's the problem. But the thing is now, I wonder, because it was never really that bad up until that point, and then all of a sudden they released the final season, and it just the pacing was weird. The first couple episodes were good because it was building up to it, and then the garbage started happening, and the very last episode it was so I don't know
it was akin to our first podcast basically.
It was.
Maybe
terrible.
Worse.
It's terrible. But you know what?
Yeah.
It could have been better. Whatever. I mean, I can go into that. We can go into that forever, but
we can. I think we're getting close on time.
Yeah,
but,
let's we can wrap this up now.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back next week or even sooner.
Yeah.
Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's like I said, they're just gonna get more interesting. We'll get better stuff going on, and we'll start to shock some people.
I think so. I think it'd be kind of cool to discuss that we've gone away to places. Ireland. Both of us have been to Ireland. I know that you and your wife have gone to Ireland.
Yep.
Aaron and I have gone to Ireland, and a lot of really cool stories about things that we've experienced there, and castles and food and things like that. So there's a lot coming up for the Cider Ranch podcast.
It's coming up, and then the intro will be coming out pretty quick, whether it's on this episode or not. Basically, we're at a good point here. We're going to enjoy it, and we're going to keep you guys entertained as much as we can.
Yeah. Be patient with us, people. We will continue to make new ones and keep popping out content. So thanks so much, everyone.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.